Ball out. Ball out.
Bow, bow. Bow, bow.
Ball out.
Bow,
Ball out.
bow. All we do is bow.
Ball out.
Bow, bow, bow.
Ball out. Ball out.
Ball out.
Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling and losers. Watch for the jackets at night, they be cruising. I can put together. AR Quinceañera. My hitters be tough in the leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the F in. Step in with my best friend. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy. And if you not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tay Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fella to made men. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out, get called out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
It's the Boss Cowboy Sports Show, Sunday Night Live. Boss Cowboy and the OC in the building, talking some draft, and more draft. Who should the Cowboys pick at 10 and why? Also updates on free agency. Boss Cowboy, the man with the plan, so they say. Because I'm going to fight Boss today, y'all. I can't wait for this. I'm going to fight him today. What you got, Boss Cowboy?
Yeah, you seem a little frogger today. You think you ready to leap?
I'm ready to leap. I'm ready to leap off the table. Leap.
Yeah, so
jump some more.
You had some problems with what I've been saying?
Yeah. I had a couple problems. I had a couple issues, all right, about what you've been saying because I've researched and studied and researched and I've been looking at this thing, Boss Cowboy.
You caught an error? Okay.
I call some typos at least. Okay, I call some typos at least, Boss.
I
caught
know
a couple
to disarm typos.
A
Let's
couple
see if you
typos.
Keep up with the bigger points, though.
Okay. Then you didn't. Oh, I'm gonna catch. I got you on all your points, actually. But anyway, let's get right into the show, Boss Cowboy. Where you want to start this thing?
I want to start with the guest, and I want to let's talk about the people because the house is packed. I see my boy BJ in the building, man. We had him on yesterday. We had some fun, and so I guess you referring to that. You talking about the fight with me and my boy? Is that what you're talking about?
Not necessarily, Boss Cowboy. I do want to talk about that with you though and get your perspective.
So what else I
hindsight. I'm talking about you and all these shenanigans you're talking about the tight end again, and about how we gonna have a weapon choice by the time we get to pick 10. That's what I'm talking about in particular, Boss Cowboy.
Oh, you talking about draft order? You want to argue theory with me? Okay.
No, I'm arguing facts.
This is theory.
Facts.
We don't know what's gonna happen until it happens.
It's close. It's close to facts. It's strong opinions.
So
opinions.
You put your chest out that much to tell me basically you want to fight about draft ranks in order and put possibilities. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm telling you that I don't agree with your synopsis about the fact about the tight ends because all the things that you put out there, Boss Cowboy, you're talking about all these tight ends and how they were bust, and you're posting all this stuff about that. Here's the deciding factor of what you said, Boss Cowboy.
Hold on, let me post it.
You posted
I'ma
it. Yes,
put
you
it up.
did.
No, I'm gonna post it right now. Let you talk
Put
about it. Go.
put it up here. Put it up
There
here.
it is.
Okay. So look at this, man. Look at this. All right. So what's the common thread, Boss Cowboy, with all these teams? This will be my opening and almost closing statement. This will be quick.
Oh, you getting ready to make my point?
No, I'm gonna make your point a little bit, but I'm gonna make a greater point.
No, you're
What's the
not.
point?
I already
Yes,
know
I
your
am.
point, which is my point. All of these guys are QB dependent. That's my exact point. So you not getting ready to actually correct me on something that I'm saying.
I'm
So you
telling
thought you had me. You had your chest all out.
No. Listen, I'm telling you,
I
get off
already
Cal
know
Pitts.
that.
Get off Cal Pitts' back because we know
Oh,
that you're stating the obvious. You're stating the obvious. You're stating the obvious, talking about these old busted teams, these sub 500, barely 500 teams with these tight ends that you calling garbage and trash. Anybody would be Look, Jason Witten would be garbage and trash if he played for the Browns the last 15 years. He wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
On Resurrection Sunday,
listen,
my brother has forsaken and drunk his style with juice.
No juice, man.
You have drunk the juice and Kool-Aid.
No juice, man. Look at here, Boss Cowboy.
Make sure it's no echo. Because if it's no echo, I'm finna go all the way in on you.
Listen, I'm gonna tear your head off. I'm gonna tear your head off. I'm gonna tear your head off today. Go ahead.
You feeling kind of?
I'm gonna tear your head off.
You feeling kind of toasty today.
I'm gonna tear your head off, man. Go ahead.
Man,
go ahead. So listen, what I'm telling you is this. You don't have to overstate the obvious, Boss Cowboy. Let's stick with the script. Let's stick with the facts here. Okay, look, if the Cowboys have a chance to pick Kyle Pitts at 10, then they need to go ahead and pick Kyle Pitts at 10. But let me go ahead and go on record and say I can't accurately predict the future, not in all scenarios, Boss Cowboy, but in some scenarios I do. And so in this scenario, based upon the draft height, based upon how he's shooting up everybody's board, it is highly unlikely that he will be available by the time we get to pick number 10. I'm saying it's highly unlikely. And so what I'm telling you, Boss Cowboy, right here and right now in front of all the fans, you're not going to have 3 or 4 receivers around by the time you get to pick 10. The 2 top receivers are going to be off of the board. You're more than likely, Boss Cowboy, to have a linebacker, offensive tackle, and maybe 1 receiver if you want to go that way by the time we get down to pick 10. We're not going to have no 3 or 4 receivers and everybody to choose from by the time we get to pick 10. Come on, man.
Man, listen,
I'm sick of this.
You know what?
Sick of this.
This is funny. I like this. See, because you all animated. You over here, you even like wearing red. You just doing whatever you want to do today. You came in here wanting to fight your boy. And look at me. I'm cool as a cucumber under the facts. I'm cool, man. Because see, it surprised me. It really surprised me. I thought I was gonna come in here. I really did. I thought I was gonna talk to the fans. We was gonna go back and forth on just some ball. I even named it FreeStyle Boss Cowboy with the OC. We was just go freestyle, but you came in here with the spirit of BJ on you.
No, I ain't got the spirit of BJ.
You came in here with the juice.
I got the mind and the brilliance of the OC. It's a huge difference. So please get the comparison correct.
Yeah, but he genius too. But I'm saying at the same time that both of y'all drinking this Pitts juice.
No juice.
It is all the way juice. See, this is how you should.
So I did some.
No. Oh, you okay? No, go ahead. I'll let you empty your clip.
No,
let it all out.
Please. No, please.
Because this is easy. You try.
No, please go ahead.
This is easy.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, listen, man. Let me just kind of just explain it to the world. As the OC tried me, but I'm good with my hands. I even turn off the music a little bit, and I say this. All you got to do is basically look at the first rounders, and I'm going to explain this real simple. That this is obvious that tight ends get the bad rap that running backs are receiving. Y'all heard it. You know the saying. I'm not even playing on music to say this, okay? Because I want you to really hear me on this. Running backs get the rap that you never draft them in the first round. It is obvious when you look at history. Obvious. Even if you count Kettle, Ertz, if you count all the guys that's your top tight ends today, Gronk, Kelsey, the common denominator of the success, of their success, y'all hear me when I say this, is quarterbacks and play calling. So the history is clear on that because all of these guys was hyped to heaven. OJ was hyped to heaven. Hawkinson was a top 8, so you know he was hyped to heaven, and nobody blinked when it happened. They just did it, and it didn't work. And yes, I did say bust trending because I know the error that you falling for, OC. You looking at good success and you thinking I'm saying busts mean that they're bad. I had to correct some people on that today, so I know that's the error you're making.
You shouldn't say bust then. That's your error.
No,
it's called a typo.
No, it's not. See, you trying too hard and you messing up.
No, I'm not.
See, this I'm going to tell you. I'm going to even show his face because y'all going to see that he tried to with that sly grin he got. You see?
Listen,
you see that sly grin?
Listen.
Let me explain it to you because you know when you're dealing with me that we going to have a higher level conversation. You know that. So
Go ahead,
know
let's
I'm
talk.
not being surfaced by saying good players or average play is a bust. I'm not being weak like that. You know I'm saying when you stop and think about who you dealing with, which is me, that it's a bust in relation to what the expectations of that pick was. That's a totally different scenario, and nobody can disagree with that. Now, if you, because some people, because you know I engaged people today when I posted that. And some people was like, hell no, they not bust. And I said, I see what you're saying. I know where you're coming from. You thinking I'm saying they're bad. I'm not saying, but 600 yards and 700 yards with expectations of 1,000 yards is a bust. And bust trending, yes, that is. Because if you get Pitts in here with all of this God expectations that they put out there, and this man only do 700, which he's likely to do if he don't go to a team with a quarterback, you better come over here and be humble. Because I told you before it happened, because I've already been saying that the tight ends are quarterback dependent.
But you ain't telling me nothing I don't know, boss Cowboy. That's the whole
You're not
situation
either.
here. So listen, boss Cowboy. What I'm trying to clearly lay out to you is don't put Kyle Pitts in the line of trending bust on the information chart when a man ain't even been drafted. Yeah, but you put him right next to 5 or 6 tight ends that are saying bust trending. And furthermore, wait a second, hold on. Furthermore, boss Cowboy, you cannot say bust trending when a guy's had less than 3 years in the league. I don't think you can say bust trending. I think we need a larger body of work before we can say bust trending or bust on a player. I think that just in fair balance, because we always talk, and when you talk to me, we always talk about having balance, okay? Yeah. Balance, okay?
That's why the word trending is in there.
So if we look at TJ Hawkinson, right, and we look at Noah Fant, well, here's the deal. TJ Hawkinson got a brand new young quarterback now. All right, he's gonna get the football. All right, I'm telling you, based upon how the offense is ran. And when you look at Noah Fant, I'm not saying these guys are like God's gift or anything like that. I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is that I would slow down on the bust trending type things until we have a further degree of body of work. You are correct, boss Cowboy, in the fact that they are quarterback dependent. Of course, everybody's quarterback dependent except for the most players are
quarterback dependent. Say it now. Is he?
Hopkins,
tell the truth.
You got to throw him the ball.
He is not.
Exactly. How is he not?
How's he not? You just Hopkins is not, because with all these bad quarterbacks, Andre Johnson, all of them been consistent 1,000-yard receivers with bad quarterbacks. No, they're not, and no, everybody. That's not true. You done stepped in it, OC. You trying too hard, and I already told you.
No, no, sir. No, sir. They are 1,000-yard quarterback wide receivers because of the fact the ball is being thrown to them. It's called targets, boss Cowboy.
Which is
That's
my
an easy
point.
one. You tried
You
hard,
still
boss
making my
Cowboy.
point.
It
You
don't matter if you
tried
have
to
a bad.
actually-
but
listen,
I'm telling you,
no.
it doesn't matter if you have a
Listen.
bad quarterback or not. You
It does
have
matter.
to get the target.
So you
listen.
telling me
You
all
have to
those
get the
time Hopkins balled out with bad quarterbacks?
question. Did they throw him the ball? Did they target him?
Okay. So listen, of
Yes or
course
no?
they threw him the ball, but you
Oh,
still
okay.
making my point. You making my point, trying to counter my point. This is you actually stepped in it, OC. You don't even know it. I'm a king at this, man. You can't come at me. Listen,
Yeah,
first of all, let me just kind of slow this down and explain this, because you majorly, I'm even say, you slandered my work.
Balance.
Man. You slandered.
Balance.
See, because I was careful when I wrote this. I was delicate when I wrote this. I wasn't pushing the narrative. I was asking the question, and it's all out there, right?
Okay.
Because what do question marks mean? I just want to ask you, because you said I called Pitts a bust. I just want to ask you, what does question marks mean?
No,
It
you put
means
words
that
in
I
my
have to
mouth.
no, you said.
I didn't say. I said you put him in the line.
Tape.
I said you put him in the line of people that have
I put
busted
him in the line
in
of
the
first
line.
round consecutives. See, you took it wrong. These are the consecutive first rounders, and you took it like I was trying to force a narrative when I was only showing consecutive first round picks, because all you got to do is check the dates and you can see I was doing it in date order. See, you made an assumption. No,
I didn't make an
took my
assumption.
time with this. That's why I
didn't make
said
an
date
assumption.
order, and that's why the first three guys I call full-fledged bust at this moment, because they have not performed up to their expectation, and it's after year 3. Notice the guys that's within year 3, I just talked about the trend, right? And you have to make a decision after 3 years on all players. So yes, by year 2, you need to start indicating, OC, where you think they're headed based on whatever. Quarterbacks, whatever. So it's not a reach to just say, based on year 2, they're trending towards a bust based on the expectation that was on them. And I'm only saying with this graph that it's a great possibility that it's going to happen with Kyle Pitts, because he also is going to be quarterback dependent. That's why I'm also clearly saying and putting it out there in the public now that it's about 3 teams that could save him. Atlanta, Dallas.
That's where he'll probably get drafted too. Atlanta.
Yeah, if he go to Atlanta,
that's where he'll probably get drafted. That's where he'll probably get drafted.
Yeah. So if he go to Atlanta, he has a bust risk, but not as bad, right? Because
they got Ridley and Julio Jones.
Yeah, they go. He go help them, and they're gonna help him, right? And then we also know Matt will spread that ball around. We know that
he does.
When he get hot, he'll spread it around. So I was very clear on this. I think it can be taken bad, because I know people. I had a couple of Twitter debates on it, but I'm just showing and being honest in order of the trend. And if we look at the trend, because OC, I know we had fun in that debate, but this is the deal.
Yeah.
Just keeping it 100. This is pick 10. Pick 10 is supposed to be picked apart. You see what I'm saying? This is pick 10. This is because at this point, this is starting to be my argument. I'm not trying to go with what's going to be good at pick 10. I'm trying to get great at pick 10. That's why I'm genuinely, no BS, no clickbait, no trying to get attention. I'm lobbying for this guy. Easily. Because people are taking for granted production, and I'm sick of it. And I'm lobbying for this guy. But people know and respect his production because he checks all the boxes, including size. But everybody's so scared of this epic ass dude because of, and I just want to take my time and talk about him real quick because I'm sick of it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, for real. people say Waddle was better than him this year. Well, first of all, we don't quite know that. We can say Waddle started better than him, but you can't knock how he finished. He finished epically. That's number one. Number two, when Waddle played all last year, right, with Ruggs, with Judy, he was the number one guy. And with the harder responsibility playing outside. Judy mostly played in the slot. I know this from playing Division I. You put your third corner in the slot. The guys that's going against the tougher corners are the X and the Y. The people on the outside. And this guy, if we picked him, would have a whole year of going against nickels and dime package guys. That is the biggest mismatch in the league. And he would have more reps than Pitts. Let's talk about it, OC. You came here with your chest out, so let's talk about it real quick.
Hey, listen, man. Look, it ain't gonna be a whole lot to talk about with Devontae Smith in terms of his production, man. I'm the OC, man, so I'm a facts-based person. So if you show me the facts, I ain't gonna really argue with you too much. If you can show me clear facts and give me a reasonable argument, Devontae Smith is a great receiver, man, at the number 10 pick. The thing in my conundrum is that looking at this draft order, right? And I'm not talking about who are necessarily the best players. I'm not talking about who necessarily should be picked, right? I'm talking about the trend of what I believe will happen based on current news and how things are looking with certain people shooting up and certain people going down. That's the thing that I'm talking about. So him being there is likely, or being close to around the 10th pick, I think right now is likely. And I think, look, 68 receptions his junior year. I'm not talking about a senior year. Let's look back at his junior year. 68 receptions, right? For 1,200 some odd yards. That's almost 19 yards per reception. That's fantastic production, man. You can't argue. You can't in the SEC. You can't argue with that. And he goes for 1,600 when he goes over 100 receptions in 2020. So look, you can't argue with his production. No argument there about him. It's just about if he's going to actually be there at pick number 10. That's the only thing that we're talking about. But what I really believe is going to happen, as I was stating earlier, I believe that really Jamar Chase is probably off the board, man. He's off the board. Probably going back to Cincinnati and getting reunited with Joe Burrow makes complete sense to me. I think if you talk about a slide boss Cowboy, based on what I've been studying, I think that these old tackles slide a little bit. That's who I think.
I'm right with you, because
that's who I think will slide.
Yeah, because it's some. Let's be honest. The receivers look like they're natural fits for a lot of reasons, right? So I can see D. Smith going to Atlanta, because why wouldn't you continue that trend of the Alabama killers in your building, and you would have generations of Alabama receivers all together? That would probably create a tremendous moxie, and let's be honest, it's gonna sell tickets, right?
D. Smith or Pitts, yeah.
But I'm saying D. Smith in Atlanta, because why would you break up the trend of going
Waddle
after the
and Julio
Alabama
Jones?
guys? Yeah, you got.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So why wouldn't you keep that tradition that's epically working for your organization?
Makes sense.
You know
Makes
what I'm
perfect
saying?
sense.
So I see where the slide is actually looking Slater Sewell. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's and I'm seeing a quarterback run, to your point, and I'm seeing potentially weapons gone, right? With Pitts falling. I can see Pitts being the one that fall. Like now.
Yeah.
If people drink the juice, because I am calling it juice. I am.
Okay.
It's juice to me. Like, it's epic juice, bro. Like, let's just talk about the juice real quick. Because, see, I know I got a lot of people that's hating me right now, because I'm opposite of what's popular on this. But see, that's why y'all listen, because y'all know I'm not scared of that. I don't kiss no ASS. That's not me. I'm going to just tell you what's up. But see, you also dealing with somebody who been dealing with this a while, who know these players intimately and know history. Like, look, OC, it's obvious. We've also witnessed this with Hakeem Butler. This same, oh, you'll never miss. Oh, he's no miss. Oh, look, he's 6'5", 6'6", ran a 4.49. And that's more impressive because he did it electronically. And I can show you one over and over. You know, I can keep showing all kind of evidence of not just him, a lot of players that was hyped to heavens, hyped to the third heavens like Christ. Man, just hyped them.
Ascended to glory. Okay.
Send it. And I'm being all the way honest, man, that you know, it's a reach on certain teams to get Pitts. And if they did, it would help. So it would be stuff like, just being honest, a Jones jumping in the top 10. That could bump Chase or D. Smith or Waddle down, right? Or it could be any kind of random move like somebody jumping on Pitts. That could do it. Detroit might shock everybody and go Parsons. Just shock
They could.
You see what I'm saying? Because see, people, and I always say this, everybody always, I ain't gonna say always, but most people never factor in one or two stupid moves. You got to. Like for instance, the Green Bay move with Love. Did anybody factor in that?
No.
That was stupid, wasn't it? Especially in hindsight. You had a chance at Jefferson. You had a chance at Mims. Your quarterback is in the GO conversation. You need to help Adams take pressure off of him. Let's go Love. And they moved up.
Yeah.
So I do, for the most part, honestly, OC, agree with your breakdown of what should happen. But it's some other stuff that could shake the tree even more, and some of those toys can fall out of Santa's lap, man. Like Chase, like D. Smith or Waddle. See, I never say they're going to. That's why when you look at my charts, you see all three.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go out here and say this. Listen, man. You know, to be honest with you, I mean, Chase is one of those LSU guys, man. Just fast as crap. It's just explosive as crap. Just crazy skills, route running, got hands. He's probably the surest in my mind, Boss Cowboy. If I had to go out on a limb, if I had to, right? And I don't mind either. It's very hard for me to see him falling out of the top 6. Very hard.
But
because look. I mean, it can happen, but I'm saying the likelihood, Boss Cowboy, and I'm willing to go on record to say this. I don't see any way this board's falling out of the top 6. And look,
like Lamb failed. Somebody see, this is what everybody got to kind of come to grips with. Everybody not go get picked. That's where everybody keep dropping the ball. Because did you say a month ago and believe it was impossible for Sewell to fall?
I thought that, but based upon current news,
it's different now, ain't it?
It is.
Because it can happen.
It can happen. Anything can happen.
Ridley had a top 5 grade. Dropped like a hot rock.
Look, I can't argue with you on the possibility. Yeah, listen, I can't argue with you about the possibility of certain things happening. The only thing I can look at is look at the data, look at the trends, and I can come back and I can talk to the people and I can tell you
the trends.
The likelihood.
Happened. Like,
no, you're right.
Like, what was my safety that went to the Chargers from Florida State?
I know who you're talking about. Number 33. I forget his name.
James.
Yeah, Jarian.
Yeah. Nobody thought he would get close to Dallas. We all had him gone in the top 5. That boy failed, bro. See, I think what it is, I'm being all the way honest. I think Cowboy fans are real educated, right? Derwin James. Cowboy, thank you, Shannon. Cowboy fans are real educated. We real smart. Like, we know ball. Like everybody, right? Like, the best fights in debates is Cowboys, hands down, right? But if we go to another city, we always like, man, y'all slow. Like, damn, you don't get that? because football IQs are different in different parts of the. So that's why I think some of the stupid stuff happened. You know what I mean? Like, because we're a football town. You know what I mean? We're a football town from around the world. Like, I can meet somebody from England, and they gonna be talking about this candidate from the 4th round breaks off the top of his route. That's how we are. So I am factoring in dumb. And I can tell you the teams that's likely to do it.
Okay. Who you got?
Detroit.
I'll tell you what I think.
Detroit go do something. They almost always do something stupid.
Okay,
Detroit
like what?
go be the one that's gonna open up something for people.
Like what? As an example.
They go do something like a linebacker. I'm telling you.
Okay,
they
like
go
Michael
pass up
Parsons.
on the weapon. Yeah, they go do something like Parsons. That quick.
Well, think about
it's
this,
certain
though.
organizations to where I don't trust the people in there. Just like we know our culture on certain things, is certain organizations where they have bad front offices. They not football guys. So how me and you see tape and recognize dogs, recognize it factor, especially because how we played, so we can kind of really discern a little deeper. Sometimes you got pencil pushers trying to pick warriors. Don't fit.
Yeah, and look, anybody can screw up, I mean, with this thing, man, but I think that, I mean, here's the deal, and just speaking about Detroit, I think that it's harder for them not to go with a weapon because they took Goff's contract. And that's just me talking common sense. Now, of course, common sense, as the old folks say, is not that common, right? But I'm saying I think it's a little bit harder for them to mess this pickup because they got a new QB. So I think, and they don't have Galladay now. They don't have Holiday now. So I think they want to weaponize Goff and at least give him some type of chance of success, which is why, to my point earlier, I really do think that by the time we get to 10, man, we may have one. And I'm going to say one. I don't think we have two. I think, and this is my opinion, I think we're going to end up having maybe one of those weapons left because this is how I see it playing out, Boss Cowboy, from my study. And this is today. I may update this next week, but this is today, okay? This is what I think, right? I think that the draft really don't start until we get to pick number 3. All right, that's what I think. I think that, hey, you got Jacksonville. You know Sunshine's going to Jacksonville, right? That's a lot, okay? And I thought, after some more research, I thought a possibility of Penei Sewell going there. I think not so, because it's been reports that the Jets front office has been reaching out to Zach Wilson's family. You know what I mean? Like, they like Zach Wilson. They like him a lot. So, right. But I think this, listen, Justin Fields should be the second quarterback off the board. It's like they are looking for reasons to put this boy down in the draft. It's like, man, look, I think he should be the second one off the board in my opinion. But what do you think about that? Because you shook your head. I want to hear your thought.
I like Zach. All
Zach.
Right. Zach, my number one quarterback.
All right.
You know
so Zach, to me,
it's
Zach,
a possibility. Like they see it like that. I like arm talent because I think if you put arm talent, it can help you with a lot of breakdowns. Even though Lawrence has the stronger arm, he throw a bullet, man. But I just like the arm talent. It's risky though, right? Because you taking a guy that's not really pedigreed for the big moments like Lawrence. Lawrence at least was pedigreed and kind of paid his dues to where maybe what would shake other people he might be able to normalize big moments better. Wilson is getting ready to wear some real big shoes, and his heart is going to be tested. So, but talent-wise, yeah, I can see that. I'm not mad at the Fields thing, and this is just a good class, bro. Like, our fights are good fights. The top 10 fights, like, they're good. Like, it's no cake to fight D. Smith or Pitts. It's no cake to break down Lawrence versus anybody can be right or wrong on those.
And so by the time you get to San Francisco, this is where I think it may get interesting, Boss Cowboy, because what I think, obviously, they moved up to the 3rd pick to get a quarterback. I think it gets interesting right here, right? I think that they could be looking at Matt Jones, man. I think they could be seriously looking at Matt Jones for that number 3 pick because he's a plug-and-play pro quarterback, and the San Francisco 49ers are built to win today. They're built to win today. They're not a rehab franchise. They're trying to win right now. And so they'll put that pressure on Jimmy G or trade him or do something else and get a ready-made quarterback. Or they could go with the more quote-unquote talented person with that pick. What do you think about that?
See, I've been hearing a lot of rumors on that. That can be real or a smokescreen. Because if it's real, it's crazy. Because Jones is risky. Now, the talent is obvious in terms of accuracy, in terms of his decision making. He's one of the best decision makers, or the best decision maker, getting the ball out, knowing the offense, knowing where he want to go with the ball. Likely out of all the quarterbacks, right? But I don't think he's been tested in terms of super imperfection where a defense is getting after you. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Watson was one of those guys that could function under epic duress, and he made it look easy. You might get the total opposite with Jones, which is why, to me, they'll be making a mistake, and they should go with Lance. I think 3 would be better for San Fran to go with Lance. I really do, because then you have an athlete when things break down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that's just me. It's hard though.
Yeah,
So that's one thing if Jones happened. Number 2, if Jones happened, it's gonna be epic movement for Fields.
Right. And so to your
that's
point,
gonna push balls down. It's gonna be movement.
Right. And I'm going to make my case here in a couple draft picks. But look, this is what I think. I think that Matt Jones is possible. Trey Lance is a possibility. I think really if you want the mobile quarterback that's played in the bigger games and that has this tougher resume, why not pick Justin Fields here? You got a guy that's used to play action pass, which is the whole premise of that San Francisco offense with Kyle Shanahan, a guy that can roll out of the pocket and make some throws for you. That's just me. I wouldn't risk a guy that actually has the not background of playing on smaller tier stages, right? And a guy, based on my eyeballs, I mean, I don't trust him all the way in terms of being big in big moments. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong about that. The guy I trust a little bit more, to me, would be a Justin Fields. And if you look at pick number 4, we talk about Atlanta here. You talk about Atlanta, I think this is where that Kyle Pitts thing comes up, right? Yeah. Because they have a Riddle, they have Julio Jones. To me, they want to hold on to Matt Ryan a couple more years, give him a little bit more play. And I think that here you can get Smith, right, if they go with a third receiver, or they could go with Kyle Pitts. I see you, Wendy. What's up? How you doing?
She say, boss, good to see you in blue, boss. OC?
I'm in red, man, because I came to fight, Wendy. Okay, so this red is all about war and blood. Okay, that's why I'm wearing. And then plus, even though the Cougs lost, man, I'm still representing the Cougs. Okay, yeah, they lost, but I'm still representing.
Hey, but I'll tell you, Cowboy fans, they be like, look, y'all better put on the uniform. Hey, I ain't got a
my
uniform.
bad, Wendy.
I'm sorry, I don't rock the Cowboys like that. I really don't. But thank you for saying it, though, man. I appreciate it. But back to Fields would be the pick to do if I was actually working for San Fran. Because, honestly, let's just be all the way real. That's one that you can protect and keep another year on your job. If you go with a Lance, which is based on upside, and he fall, oh, my God, you are out of there. But with Fields, you can say, oh, my God, man, Jesus Christ, man, this dude was pedigreed. I didn't know he was going to get it wrong, right? Lance is a little bit risky, but Lance going to be fine. I'm telling you. From what I saw with that pro day, man, that dude going to be okay. He going to be fine. I'm going to tell you. Matter of fact, I think he going to be the best out of all of them. Because I think he's going to fall to the right team. I think he going to fall to the Panthers. And if he fall to the Panthers, it's a wrap for the league.
Agreed.
It's a wrap.
Agreed.
It's just too much. It's perfect weapons there. It's built. They just it's a place that's not gonna put pressure on them. A low market. They gonna let him grow. He gonna just be able to play football. He ain't gonna feel no media BS. You know what I mean?
Man, agreed. I think, to your point, if I had to go out on a limb today and predict, I think that's exactly where he falls. Because if you got the 5th pick with Cincinnati, I think that you have a reunion to me, right? You got your number 1 quarterback, you got your franchise quarterback. Why in the world would you not hook him up with a guy that caught 20 touchdowns from him a couple years ago, which would be Chase? Like, why not put Chase right there? Just as an opinion, why not put him there? And if you look going even further to the Dolphins, I think it's the same type of scenario, right? I think that here you got a Smith pick or you got a Waddle pick, right, with Tua, because again, you're reuniting a quarterback and a receiver that had history and that had a lot of success in college, and you got an opportunity to do it, and these guys can ball. So to me, I think that that train of thought, something else could happen, but that train of thought to me makes a lot of sense.
No, that one is no doubt. That is for sure going to be a weapon, for sure. That is where your first weapon goes, Miami, for sure. That is an absolute will happen, just from their moves. Just, you know what I mean? You can see they want to be in a position to get a weapon, so they're going to get a weapon. And since it's Miami, I mean, that can go a lot of different ways, you know? And I think Burrow is going to be a weapon. And if you get, it's going to be a run on weapons. That's going to be your first run. Yeah, that's like, once one weapon drop, they going to start dropping fast. And I think, but it's going to be at least 1 or 2 remaining.
Yeah, we close on this, boss. I think by the time you get to 10, you might have one. You might have one because, look, if you look at this whole thing, okay, we both agree that the Panthers more than likely will pick somebody like a Trey Lance, right? Yeah. We agree with that, right? So that gets us to pick number 9. That gets us to Denver, right? And so now, okay, so bam, you got another quarterback going off the board. Now you get to pick number 10. Now you got a possible Micah Parsons. Right, you got a possible, I think, Waddell there, right? Yeah. You got obviously, and you could have. I think that Denver may pick up Sewell though. I think they may go with Sewell, but again, that's my thought. But if they don't, and they go to your point, then you got Sewell there. So let's talk about that. If you got Sewell sitting there at 10. You got Parsons sitting there at 10. Pick Sewell. Okay, let's just make this easy. Pick Sewell. Pick him. Pick it. It's no brainer. Pick him. Pick him.
And but I'm gonna be honest, man. Draft season is getting amazing. Like, it's some good fights out here, man. Like, me and BG had a good fight, but I thought that was gonna be it. He was like, I'm Team Surtain. I was like, oh no, we gotta fight again.
Yeah.
We gotta fight again. And then it's a crowd that's starting to put Slater over Sewell. So, yeah. They'll look you in your eye, OC, and say it. I don't see it, but, and I'm not calling them silly, bro. I'm not.
I ain't calling them silly. I'm just telling them that they don't understand offensive line. That's what I would tell you. You don't understand it.
Because I agreed with you. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I said, man, Sewell just so athletic. He moves like magically to be his size. He has excellent technique without me breaking out the nuance. He finishes well, and he's young. He's gonna develop. He's what you want. He's ideal. That's how I saw it. Can you kind of go into more detail, please?
Yeah, man. So if you look at P.L. Sewell, what you look at is a plug-and-play guy from the first day of camp. He's a guy that you can operate out of multiple fronts in terms of offense, right? If you go on spread, he can hold up one-on-one. If you go on power, he can drive block. If you go on West Coast, he can do screens. Right now, if you got him versus a Slater is not a guy. He's more suited for play action and power football. based upon his frame and build. I think that Slater will be a good tackle. I think he's along the lines that he will be a great guard. I think he will be just like an all-world guard if you put him inside, based upon his drive blocking ability. He doesn't have as long of arms as Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell is just elite technically. He's elite athletically, and he's elite footwork wise, not just in terms of where he steps with his feet to get in front of people, but also in terms of the quickness of his feet and the positioning of his hands. He's going to hold up against elite pass rushers. Slater is a guy that is going to be a grunt, that's going to work hard against outside pass rushers. He could hold up with more technique work, but initially I think he struggles a little bit. I think he's all pro if you plug him inside of the guard position day one in terms of Slater. I mean, the difference between these guys is probably about, if you're rating on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's probably about a 7 to an 11. That's the difference in terms of athletic ability and in terms of being able to function at an all-pro level coming into the NFL. That's how high I am on Sewell, and that's the difference.
That boy said 7 to 11. I wasn't expecting that, homie.
Yes. And listen, and I say that with respect to Slater. I say that with him being a good tackle. Yeah. I mean, he look, he's good, man. He's good.
Let me hit you real quick, OC, because I could already see, because I'm gonna give you the counter argument, right? Let's just let's go back and forth as a counter argument. But you saw the all-world test of Slater. Kind of balance that with your tape breakdown, because you talking tape. I mean, talking tape. But what about the fact that he's equal to Zach Martin measurables?
Yeah, man. Look, man. I can't say anybody that is equal to Zach Martin, that is a rookie or that is an undrafted yet. I'm saying that he shows potential. Zach Martin is more fluid than Slater. Okay. Zach Martin played tackle in college. Okay, if you took comparing Slater to him, that's where the comparison would end. I think that Zach Martin is technically a little bit better. He plays with a little bit more leverage. I think that Slater coming out of college versus a Zach Martin, I think that Slater plays with more straight ahead power.
Slater plays tackle too.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's where the comparison's in. I'm saying that coming out of college, right? If you look at these guys and you're trying to compare both of them, Zach Martin and Slater, I think that Zach Martin was more fluid. In other words, he was more fluid with his feet. He slid a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
And so, Geechee.
You know what I'm saying? So Geechee says competition matters to me. Please let me know who he blocked in the Pac-10. Geechee, I love you, my buddy, but you got to look at him playing against Auburn and how he dominated SEC defensive ends, right? You got to look at that as well. He didn't just play in the Pac-10, right? He played also cross-conference games, where in every cross-conference game when he was 19 years old, he was dominant. He kicked people's tail. And so if you look at the measurables, you look at his tape, I mean, you see no indication of weaknesses in his game. And even with a year later, he's stronger, he's more mature. I just think he's going to get better and better.
Yeah, Geach, he hit you, tried you twice.
Any Chase Youngs or Bosa's over there. Listen, to your point, Geach, I mean, look, Slater played fantastic against Chase Young. All right, fantastic against Chase Young. But we know, based upon history of tackles, right? If you look at a lot of the tackles that came out, they didn't play against all-world defensive ends because, Geach, there are not a bunch of top 5 defensive ends every year in college. That's not the case.
I like
so
this fight. Damn,
so you really can't proselyte his performance because he didn't play against a top 5 pick. You evaluate his tape across the board based on his technique, based on who he did play against, and how he easily dominated guys that were still all SEC. He played against an all SEC defensive end. I forget his name, out of Auburn. He dominated that guy. He completely dominated that guy. So if you look at that tape, you see that he also played against all Pac-10 defensive ends and tackles, and he dominated those guys. He completely dominated those guys. So you can't control your schedule. You can't control who's going to be great in a certain year. So that's kind of a tough argument on that one to answer the question that I was asked. It's a very tough one. You play against the people that are put in front of you, and you got to be evaluated based on that.
Yeah, and then Shannon Sharp, can you address that, please?
Yeah, Slater beat up on Chase Young. He absolutely beat up on Chase Young. He manhandled Chase Young.
Hold on real quick, OC. I think he coming from people want you to clarify, because there is a rank difference between how people viewing Sewell and Slater. You know what I mean? It's starting to be a divide on that. That's why I think we getting a lot of questions. Like, moving the chains, she's unapologetic about Slater at 10. She never changed. So like, a lot of people are glued in on what you're saying. So some people challenging, like my boy Geach, and he's gonna do that because that's what he gonna do to get the truth, and that's my boy. But then some people really want to know. Can you address Shannon from that?
Yes, yeah. So look, he definitely did, man. That was one of his best games. But the problem I have with Slater, I mean, is that Slater is not fluid with speed rushers. He's not fluid, and I'm getting technical when I say this, on kicking back 45 degrees very, very quickly and making sure that he gets his cutoff points or dropping straight back. When you look at somebody like Penei Sewell, you see him attacking people from multiple angles, right? Not only can he block you with his inside hand, he can block you with his outside hand. He can set you wide, he can set you tight, he can set you straight back. And those are all nuanced things that I'm talking about. And when you got to look at how he's going to translate. Listen, Slater is good, but I'm saying that Sewell is that much better because of his quickness, because of his arm reach, which is longer than Slater's. Slater has shorter arms, right, for elite offensive tackle play. And so that's what I think. I mean, that's where I'm at with it. Listen, I'm not mad at Slater at 10. But Sewell, to me, long-term is better, because what do you have in the NFL? Think about this, guys. You have elite pass rushers, and you got linemen, in particular left tackles, even some right tackles now being paid, over $20-some-odd million a year to keep pressure off of quarterbacks and to neutralize superb athletes. So athlete on athlete, Sewell was much better.
I'm loving this. Listen.
OC, what to say to the pro Slater camp who go on and say that he blocked Chase Young? Listen, it's one game, right? It's a microcosm, and I know it's an important microcosm because Chase Young was a top 3 pick, right? We get that, but here's the deal. Slater does not have the athleticism and the range and the technical excellence that Sewell has. He does not have the height and the length, and you have to look at those things when you have a draft and when you translate to the different level. Generational tackles have 35 plus arm length. Well, it's not just arm length that you're looking at. Jack West, I was a tackle. You have wingspan. Okay, wingspan. So you look at the wingspan, okay, and the wingspan will tell you everything, because my wingspan when I was coming up for the draft was like one of the longest in the draft, right? My wingspan was like 87 inches, right? I had extremely long arms. And why do long arms matter? Long arms matter only when you got quick enough feet to get in front of quick defensive ends and get your arms out and keep them from getting into your body. You use your arms and your hand strike to stop the momentum, to also go against counter moves, to also force defenders' weight up so they can't bear down on you and get leverage on you.
See,
thank you. I appreciate you testing me. Yeah, I like you testing my twos.
And you
testing my twos, baby.
You notice I just let you rock it. Did you notice that?
Test my twos, man.
I was like, man, you gonna test my partner? Man, my boy OC ready, man. Handle that.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
But
I appreciate the question.
Sharp though. Geechee was asking some fire questions. He fired them at you. Now I start peeping you, Geech, when you start trying to get him to name more than one. Hold on real quick. I said, oh yeah, he ain't playing for today. This not for today. Geech ain't gonna be for today.
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready.
They was firing good stuff, so I was getting to bed. Let me see. Hold on real quick. I want you to clarify something. My boy Keystone say, OC said he has no moves.
Who are you talking about, Keystone?
I want to know what he's talking about too.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's talking about.
My boy Buddha say, hold on, man, it's getting messy in here now. My boy Buddha say, OC, I'm riding with you. We ride with the Samoan.
Appreciate you, Buddha. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Buddha.
And Whitney say, Geechee, be nice. No, Geech, don't be nice. I like it when you come here like that, man. It's funny.
I ain't worried about it.
But did you address this?
Generational tag? Yeah, I did. I talked about wings. I talked about
boy, that boy been messing the ball.
Yeah.
Boy,
Talking So arm length, wingspan. Make sure you account for wingspan, right?
Oh, real quick. Hey, they calling for Geach as the GM, so we go definitely make that happen. Shannon, he been lobbying for you hard. Even I see Shannon, I do shows on other people's show, and Shannon to come in there and say, when is Geach up for GM? He up next. The crowd has won. You getting Geach as the GM, and he's going to. Let me make sure I got the button. Let me see. Oh, I do. You know I do. I got that button. He go hit the draft. So we go do that soon. Now, this week it's gonna be a little funny because we planning for our live show. So that's technical. So that might kill the Monday or Tuesday. But if not, if we knock everything out and everything test wise is good, y'all get ready. Y'all go see Geach as GM. But my thing is though, just real quick, man. I'm just glad, honestly, I was able to kind of calm you down because you came in here, you was kind of, little off your Richter a little bit, but
off my Richter.
Yeah, you was off your Richter. You
off my Richter.
You was way off your Richter.
I'm just looking for clarity. I was looking for clarity, boss.
No, that wasn't clarity. You was looking to fight. Because if you wasn't clarity, you'd have been like, "Hey, man, I got some things about to slide that." No, you came in here like punching. Okay,
that's true,
man. And then
I did. I came knuckles up. I did. That's true.
See what I did? I was just like that. Relaxed. I was like, yeah, because I know I put in the work.
All right. Well, look, man. Look, when we get close to this draft, man, we got a fantastic draft show coming up, live draft show coming up for the fans, Boss Cowboy. So I definitely want to tease that a little bit. And I mean, look, you guys go see the OC, the BCS team live. I'll have a mock for you guys, man, coming out close to the draft. But hey, look. It's going to be hot. It's going to be fantastic. We got the live show coming up this week and Knockout Sports Bar. And so if you can come out, please pass the word. Boss Cowboy will put some stuff out about that early in the week. And hey, it'll be on.
And it's the same place we actually filmed the intro. So we got a good relationship with them. It's going to be something we going to have going for a while. So y'all definitely come out and support that. But we definitely got much love for you. Y'all definitely stay on the lookout for more notifications that's going to be coming in because obviously we got a lot that's coming. So if you have not hit the buttons, please take a second to do that, like for real, because you got to have those notifications kicking to get everything. And plus, also make sure y'all hit that like button as well because that affects the algorithm. And you always want to try to help us if you can, especially in ways that might not cost anything, obviously. And then we have other things we definitely need to talk about on how to find you. Like, so first, how can they find you, OC?
Yeah, so page is built, man. The OC, just search the OC on Facebook. You can find me there. If you want to follow me on the gram, it's actually the only different one is CB the OC, because I don't want to lose all my followers and just change the name over again. So it's CB the OC. But just follow me, drop me a line on Facebook or on Instagram. I'll reply right back to you. It'll be more content posted on the page as I build it.
Yep. And so then you got Boss Cowboy Sports. I'm dropping a video in the morning. It's going to be about pits. It's going to be with the graph that I talked about, but more. Because it's another reason I have a deep conviction about this that I haven't revealed. But and I'm gonna give you a clue. It's historic. So when you look at the historic decisions, it helps you make the better decisions going forward. I'm gonna be dropping a video on that. I want to do it in the morning. If it's not, it's gonna be Tuesday morning. But look for it to be first thing in the morning. Then also, Twitter has been popping greatly. So y'all come join. I know we got a lot of Facebook and YouTubers, but get in Twitter. Like William Kill, he been there from the beginning, and he in all the platforms. He on YouTube today, but you'll see him jump in on Facebook and Twitter. Please do that. Moving the chains. We in Twitter, and we go back and forth a lot. And now I really love Twitter. Twitter pops. Y'all jump in there with us. Then Instagram is popping. Y'all jump in there with us. For real. Hit all those buttons and subscribe to them. Now, thank y'all for what y'all doing on YouTube. I have no problems with YouTube. YouTube, you growing, and I appreciate you. We up to 425 subs. And it didn't take us long to do that. We, at this pace, go be over 4,000 within a year. And then we go be better than that, for sure.
Help us get to 1,000. Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, help us get to 1,000, for real. Because then it's going to take us to another level. See, because I want to tell y'all, once we hit 1,000, this is what happens. Then you start seeing Boss Cowboy show up as recommended by YouTube. And you know once people peek in, they not going to want to get out. You know that, because we keep it fun over here. And then also, for those who continue to support us financially, we appreciate that too. And it helps a lot with, especially what we're doing lately with the live shows, because that's increasing costs. But we also know that's going to be great entertainment. So we want to entertain. We want to get out the house, and we want to get out where we got props and stuff. And let's get out with the people. And then, like he said, you going to be able to come to the knockouts, meet us, get on the mic, you know, get in the show, meet Picante, meet. And it's a nice place. You're going to really like it. So especially if you're in Dallas, y'all come out. If you're not, then just still keep your subscription things going so you'll know what's happening.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Shout out Sean.